During our last trip to Malaga, we took a 2-hour drive through the picturesque Spanish countryside to spend a day in the city of Granada. We made it to Granada, and we're exploring the city center. It's a Saturday morning, so the city is waking up slowly, but we're seeing both tourists and locals come out, and we want to go see what there is to see in this beautiful, historic city. Granada is located at the foot of the Sierra Nevada mountains, in a region that has been populated since at least 5500 BC.
The North African influence is really present here in Granada. I mean, you see it in the architecture, you see it in the diversity of the people, but North African, Moroccan influence is really strong here in Granada.
Over the centuries, the region was ruled by a number of empires, including the Iberians, Romans, Visigoths, and North African Berbers. It was the last Muslim-ruled state on the Iberian Peninsula. Then in 1492, the Catholic monarchs transformed it into a Christian city. So we're exploring the city center, and it is really unique. We're loving the architecture, a lot of Moorish, North African, Arab influences, nice things to buy.
When we were here the last time, we went to the Alhambra Palace, and we saw a lot of the Moorish influence there. But what we are seeing today is like a whole Moorish quarter of vendors and shopping, because we decided to do it on our own. So we just wandering down these back streets and alleys, and we're seeing all kind of stuff. And to me, it's almost like being in Morocco or Fez or Tangiers. It has such a strong influence.
Granada is actually about a 2-hour drive from Malaga, where we docked. And Malaga is only 80 miles from North Africa.
So you see, a lot of people go to Morocco, and I think they bypass Malaga. But it would be a good jumping off spot if you're looking for different airfare. Flying to Malaga and take the ferry over 80 miles, and you're right there in Morocco. It might save you some money. But we're having a great time here today. I'm glad it warmed up a little bit because it was really cold when we got here this morning.
Yes.
And so the weather said it was going to be about 73, 74, and I think it's getting there now. But as you can see, the city is waking up and people are out, and we got about 4 or 5 more hours here to explore and try to see more of Granada. So we'll get back to you guys later with more of this beautiful city.
What we're seeing today in this Arab quarter reminds us so much of Morocco. It's like walking back in history. Walking the old Arab quarter is the best way to understand Granada. We got lost among the alleys and corners of the Albayzín, which still maintains its initial labyrinth, filled with white houses, shops, cobbled alleys, flowers and cypress, Arab walls, and Renaissance palaces. The shopping was great, and the prices were really affordable. There's your shot glass drop. You bought those?
I got them the last time.
Mm-hmm. There's your hookah punch.
Gracias. Thank you. Okay. Nice shot. You want to walk with me?
Of course. It was a really enjoyable shopping experience. The merchants weren't pushy or aggressive at all, so we just wandered around at our own pace and admired their beautiful goods. And it didn't feel overly touristy. We just wandered about, blending with the locals who were just out enjoying a wonderful Saturday of shopping.
One thing that we've noticed during our travels in Spain is the wonderful street artists and performers. We thought that Barcelona, when we first visited there, was unique in that, but we found that in Valencia, Malaga, Granada, and all over Spain. What do you think, Shouts?
Wow, this is amazing. You can feel the history here. Eventually, we got to the heart of the city and saw a building so interesting we had to go in and see what it was. We found out it was the Corral del Carbón, the oldest monument left by the Arabs. It was built in the 14th century by Yusuf I. It was used as a coal yard for warehousing of goods and sheltering of merchants. Then later on, in the 16th century, Christians adapted it for stage performances. It was hard to believe that a structure that dated back to about 1336 was still standing and in such good condition. We eventually inched our way closer to a tour group so we could hear the information that their guide was giving them.
This is the only Islamic alumnic preserved in this country. The question is, what is an alumnic? The alumnic was the place where I was going to say the Muslim, but not Muslim, where the people trade with the grain. They trade with the grain, they storage the grain for scarcity times, and the second floor was used as a kind of hotel, as a kind of accommodation for those traders, not Muslim or Christian, traders that came from Europe and came from Africa to Granada, but of course they didn't come here attracted by the grain. They came here attracted by the silk. Today it's a public building, it's owned by the it's just a public building where everyone enter and could see the architecture of the 14th century, central courtyard, very, very common, water in the center, and that's it. Sometimes they use this space for cultural events, for a music show, a concert, a theater.
So it consists of an entrance pavilion and an inner body with a courtyard surrounded by galleries and craft rooms.
Hola. Granada has a very relaxed atmosphere. We were able to walk and talk and stop and observe without being caught up in the normal tourist rush, which you might experience in Barcelona or some of the other faster-paced Spanish cities like Madrid. But as we walked, we realized that by it being a college town, that the vibe was much more laid back and relaxed, and we really enjoyed it. And before we knew it, we walked up on a great flamenco performance in one of the plazas. Sometimes when you walk up on street performers when you're traveling, it's not the best quality, but that wasn't the case with these two dancers. They were very good at what they did.
things that's always fascinated me about Spanish cities is the beauty and artistry of the doors.
As I always say, is to eat and drink my way around the world. Today I've been going out of Spain, drinking some really good mint tea.
The city also has a vibrant, youthful vibe because it's a college town. The University of Granada, that was founded way back in 1531, currently has about 47,000 undergraduate students. This beautiful fountain, located in the city center, is called the Isabel La Católica. As foodies, of course, we had to check out the cuisine. The gastronomy of Granada is part of the Arabic Andalusian cuisine tradition with strong Arab and Jewish heritage, which is reflected in the condiments and spices like cumin, coriander, nutmeg, cinnamon, raisins, almonds, and even honey. There's lots of good eats in Granada.
A lot of the kebab spots here remind me of Istanbul and also Barcelona. But really good quality, good food, and great prices. Want to go in, shout, and try one?
I think I'm gonna have to.
Let's go do this. Now you guys know how Adrian is when it comes to a gelato. She's not gonna pass a spot like this. From Rome, Florence, the Cinque Terre, all through Italy, and now in Spain. Adrian is doing her thing with the gelato. And she having chocolate. We had lunch at this little restaurant across the street, Sarah. It was really good. And they had mint tea there, and we had that. It was really good as well. They got a shawarma king place over here. If we stay here several more hours, we might go and try it. But they have a lot of ethnic food here in Granada. Well, Adrian, Shawty, what flavor did you get?
You know I'm a chocoholic. I got chocolate, and it is divine.
Okay, enjoy.
So all in all, it was a fascinating day. We look forward to returning to that region to spend an extended amount of time in Granada.
Hey guys, and remember, if you like what you see, please hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's greatly appreciated.